Making headlines. The Vice President calls on the youth for active participation and involvement in the efforts of the government to build a skilled and youthful generation. The Fisheries Minister reaffirms the President's commitment to addressing the challenges and concerns of fishermen. And the Parliament's Committee on Independent Institutions approves the appointment of Mariam Insha Faisal as a member of the National Integrity Commission.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Idhan Naim. Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif calls on the youth for active participation and involvement in the efforts of the government to build a skilled and youthful generation. He made the statement during his address at the official ceremony marking Huravi Diwas.
Speaking at the ceremony, Vice President Latif honored the sacrifices of past heroes, noting that the Maldives' independence was a result of their dedication and deep love for the nation. The Vice President highlighted that nowadays, the modern warfare and the destruction of nations increasingly involve the use of hybrid weapons, tactics, strategies, and skills. He underscored the crucial importance of preventing such threats and urged young people to remain vigilant and acquire the technical skills required to tackle these challenges effectively. Describing intellectual warfare as a prolonged assault on the social fabric of the nation, Vice President Latif noted that it undermines the social cohesion and economic stability over time. He explained that the deep wounds inflicted by such attacks could divide the country, create political tensions, weaken national unity, and erode trust among citizens, thereby threatening the national interest. Furthermore, he pointed out that intellectual warfare could also strain nationalistic sentiments and disrupt economic concepts. Emphasizing the need for preventing such intellectual warfare, Vice President Latif reiterated the government's top priority of safeguarding the nation's interests and individual freedoms. The Vice President commended President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's efforts on fostering cooperation with relevant parties, friendly nations, and national stakeholders in the nation's interest. He stressed the significance of exerting collective efforts to ensure the peace and harmony within the society and protecting the nation's highest interest. The Vice President further emphasized that today's generation should set an example for the future. He suggested that this could be achieved by honoring the sacrifices of past heroes. He encouraged the youth to actively support the government's initiatives aimed at equipping them with technical skills to achieve the nation's development goals.
Parliament's Committee on Independent Institutions approves the appointment of Mariam Insha Faisal as a member of the National Integrity Commission, NIC. President Dr. Mohammad Muizz nominated Insha for the position and submitted her name to Parliament on November 23rd for approval, following the conclusion of member Ahmad Jihad's term. The appointment was unanimously approved by the committee members present at the meeting. Mariam Insha Faisal holds a degree in the legislative field and previously served on the Police Integrity Commission. After the commission was dissolved and replaced by the NIC in 2015, Insha became an investigator at the NIC, a role she held until January 2024. She is currently pursuing a master's degree. The NIC consists of 5 members. This includes the Commission's President Qasim Abdul Karim, Vice President Aishat Shiuna, Member Aminat Shadia, and Member Shuaib Abdul Rahman. The Commission's primary responsibility is to investigate cases, allegations, or complaints related to law and order violations by law enforcement agencies and their employees. Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shyam reaffirms President Dr. Mohammad Muizz's commitment to addressing the challenges and concerns of fishermen. These comments were made in a social media post following the President's meeting with the local fishermen.
In the social media post, Minister Shyam expressed confidence that President Dr. Muizz will make significant efforts to develop and enhance the fishing industry during his presidential term. He highlighted that the President had already introduced several initiatives and undertaken various measures to support the industry in his first year in office. Additionally, the minister noted that the President is committed to fostering strong collaboration with stakeholders in the fishing sector, with a particular focus on addressing the concerns of fishermen. The government's primary objectives in advancing the fishing industry include ensuring timely payments for fish weighed by fishermen and facilitating easier access to ice. Efforts are also underway to explore new markets for the export of local seafood products. The administration has also launched the National Register of Fishermen, aimed at formally recognizing those involved in state-approved income-generating activities, thereby aligning the profession with other recognized occupations. Furthermore, loans are being provided to support the installation of refrigerated seawater (RSW) systems on fishing vessels, as well as to assist fishermen engaged in reef fishing.
Environmental Protection Agency EPA of the Maldives signs a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with New Zealand's University of Auckland to collaborate in studying seabirds and migratory birds in the Maldives. The MOU was signed by the Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy, Tariq Ibrahim, on behalf of the EPA. EPA revealed that the primary objective of the agreement was to enhance the capacity of the agency to conduct research on seabirds and migratory birds with a focus on identifying key habitats such as nesting, roosting and foraging grounds. It stated that the partnership is a significant step towards environmental conservation and biodiversity protection in the Maldives. Furthermore, this collaboration will play a vital role in addressing the issue of invasive species that threaten bird nesting and roosting islands, in addition to habitat preservation. It will also ensure the efforts are exerted to safeguard these areas with local control. Maldives State Shipping MSS and Malaysia's Maritime Academy Law Malaysia Alam signs an agreement to provide a training for employees. The agreement was signed by the Managing Director of MSS, Ahmad Sharif, and the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of the Academy, Eddie Adrianto bin Ahmad Khodzai. Under the terms of the agreement, students selected for the Kalasin scholarship offered by MSS will have the opportunity to study at Alam, which is equipped with the latest facilities and advanced technology. The scholarship will allow students to complete training programs with experts in simulation technology and the Academy's transport system. MSS emphasized that the scholarship presents a significant opportunity for students to pursue higher education in navigation and engineering. Launched in 2021, the Kalasin Scholarship aims to promote studies in navigation and engineering, fostering a future generation to support the operations of MSS. Maldives Qualification Authority MQA sets a 50% pass rate requirement for the controlled assessments in order to pass a course. With this decision, it has amended the guidelines for program accreditation.
The practice of students outsourcing their assignments and assessments during the course is a concerning issue which has been growing over time. To address this issue, MQA announced that students must obtain a 50% pass rate for all controlled assessments in order to pass the course. The amendment brought to the guideline includes requirements for conducting courses which were previously conducted in higher education institutions. This includes clarifying the assessment components and criteria for each unit or module of a program and mandating students to produce at least one work of their own, written or otherwise, that will assess the student's ability. Additionally, all modules of programs, excluding Masters by Research, must include assessments equivalent to at least 50% of the aggregate marks in assessment conditions. This includes exams which are 50% supervised, timed and controlled, regardless of the delivery modality. Furthermore, a duration for open book examinations must be set under the regulations. It further directs to reduce the involvement of third-party assistants in preparing assignments and states that no module should include all home-written assignments. Currently, some institutions award between 40% and 70% of the total grade based on assignments alone, with some even allowing students to pass courses entirely through assignments without exams. The practice has resulted in students earning degrees without fully engaging in their academic work. As a result, courses relying entirely on assignments have now been discontinued. Moreover, the procedure of dealing with complaints about higher education and training institutions prohibits students from offering or completing academic work in exchange for payment or other compensation. Violations of the regulation will result in a fine of $324 and further disciplinary action against the student. Those who assist in violating the regulations will also be fined a sum of $648.
Managing Director of State Trading Organization, STO, Shimad Ibrahim reveals that the international bunkering services were currently in the first phase, emphasizing the long-term significance of the industry. In a social media post, Managing Director Shimad stated that every investment follows a life cycle. He pointed out that the Maldives is presently in the initial phase of providing bunkering services, but the country's strategic location will facilitate the rapid growth of the industry in the future. International bunkering services were launched in the Maldives in Ihavaندipolu during September with a government investment ranging from $15 million to $20 million. The services are being provided by STO in collaboration with the globally renowned company Vitol Bunkers. To provide the services, STO has brought 2 oil tankers with a capacity of 4,000 tons. While the Maldives currently offers offshore bunkering services, the government plans to introduce onshore bunkering services in the long run. The government projects that the bunkering services will generate an additional $400 million, creating a new industry valued at $390 million. Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation, MMPRC, promotes the Maldives luxury offerings in International Luxury Travel Market, ILTM's flagship show, ILTM Cannes 2024, held in France.
ILTM Cannes 2024 is a premier luxury travel trade show attracting key players from the luxury travel sector, including travel advisors and luxury travel brands across the globe. MMPRC noted that the event provides a significant platform to conduct in-person business meetings, educational sessions and networking events with the French travel trade and beyond. The corporation stated that a total of 12 representatives from 7 companies from the tourism industry are actively engaging in the event, promoting their high-end products and services. The Maldives is renowned worldwide as the most desirable luxury destination, providing an array of unforgettable experiences to travelers. MMPRC's participation in ILTM Cannes 2024 aims to target affluent travelers, reinforce the Maldives' luxury positioning, and showcase exceptional experiences available. The Maldives stand at ILTM Cannes 2024 highlights the pinnacle of luxury tourism through visually stunning displays of opulent resorts, exclusive live abroad experiences, and the destination's breathtaking natural beauty. MMPRC stated that luxury travel buyers have the opportunity to connect directly with industry partners through personalized meetings, where they can gain insights into the Maldives' premium offerings during the event.
Business sentiments among German companies in China is at an all-time low as they face a rising Chinese competition and a slowing economy.
The German Chamber of Commerce in China said, citing a survey, that over half of German companies said that conditions in their industry had worsened this year, while only 32% forecast an improvement in 2025, the lowest since records began in 2007.
For this year, it's about 60% of the respondents who expect that this year, from the overall economic situation which they are dealing with, the situation is worsening compared to last year. This is a significant increase, we have to say.
Germany is China's biggest European partner, and prominent German firms with large investments in China include automakers Volkswagen, as well as BMW and auto parts supplier Bosch. The German survey comes just a day after a British sentiment survey of companies operating in China painted a downbeat picture.
We always ask also beyond the overall economy the question on how do you see this for the industry? And here for the industry, it's not as dramatic, only, so to say, 55% expect for this year the situation to be worsening, but also that number reflects an all-time low.
While foreign direct investment, seen as a signal of confidence in China, represents only 3% of its total investment, it has been falling for 2 straight years.
The Palestinian representatives to the UN accuses Israel of ethnic cleansing in Gaza, with Israel in turn accusing the Palestinian authorities of the indoctrination of hatred.
Ethnic cleansing.
The observer of Palestine to the UN, Riyad Mansour, added that the only way to stop the violence was for a ceasefire that saw the release of hostages and prisoners.
The arrest warrants issued by the ICC must be a turning point, the beginning of the end of this impunity, of finally holding criminal perpetrators accountable and upholding the rule of law, of protecting civilians and achieving justice for victims, of stopping ongoing crimes and deterring future crimes.
Egypt and Qatar talked of their ongoing mediation efforts to restore peace, while other representatives condemning the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Israel launched its offensive in the densely populated enclave after Hamas-led fighters attacked Israeli communities across the border on October 7, 2023. Israel's military campaign has since killed more than 44,400 Palestinians, injured many others, and reduced much of the enclave to rubble. Israel agreed to a ceasefire with the Lebanese armed group Hezbollah last week that halted fighting in a conflict that has unfolded in Lebanon in parallel with the Gaza war. But the war in Gaza has ground on with only a single ceasefire more than a year ago that lasted for only a week.
World Athletics President Sebastian Coe said he welcomes a number of innovative new track startups, shaking up the sports status quo as athletics moves to draw in more eyeballs after another successful Olympics.
A billion eyeballs in the way that we do in an Olympic Games or 2 World Championships.
Former champion sprinter Michael Johnson's Grand Slam track launches next year, and investor Alexis Ohanian's Women's Only at Loos will eye a repeat performance after a successful inaugural meeting in September, both offering big pay days to lure top talent.
We should be comforted that we've created a landscape where people think that it's worth investing in our sport. They weren't doing that 5 years ago. They certainly weren't doing it 15 years ago. And I'm very welcoming of all sorts of innovation. I'm welcoming of all sorts of investment, within reason. And it's important that we work as collaborators here, not competitors.
World Athletics this year broke with decades of tradition by paying Olympic gold medalists in Paris, rivaling other international sports federations and the IOC at a politically delicate time, with Coe a contender to succeed the Thomas Bach as IOC president. The council approved the inclusion of the mixed 4x100 meters relay for the World Athletics Relay next year in Guangzhou, and new distances for race walking, with the 20 and 35 kilometers event replaced by races over the half marathon and marathon distance. The changes reflect the organization's embrace of innovation. Coe said that World Athletics moves ahead with plans for the World Athletics Ultimate Championship in 2026, with gold medalists receiving $150,000. The 3-day competition is designed to address what Coe reluctantly described ST Sports Fellow year without the quadrennial Olympics or biannual World Championships and is unashamedly designed for television. The absence of a handful of key events from the program, however, including shot put, discus, women's hammer, men's triple jump, 10,000 meters and 3,000 meters steeplechase, has frustrated fans and athletes alike.
Items from Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Marilyn Monroe and other pop icons are set to hit the auction block on December 7th during an online sale.
Cruise GWS Auctions founder said that there are a lot of highlights in this sale, from golden era Wizard of Oz to modern day films.
We have so many highlights in this sale, from iconic golden era Wizard of Oz to more modern day films, Thelma and Louise, to other icons, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley. But what's really unique about this sale is having the collection of Colonel Tom Parker directly from his estate, which is kind of uncanny.
The collection includes jewelry from Elvis, song lyrics, and a private telegram from Colonel Parker sent after the birth of Lisa Mary.
As far as something more rare that I think we've not seen hit the market, and this is another piece that I'm really excited about, is the telegram that was sent by Colonel Parker and All Star Shows, which was the management company that the Colonel ran to take care of all of Elvis's appearances, shows, everything he did basically. It's really special because I've never seen anything like this, where the Colonel and the team, the next day, Lisa Marie was born February 1st, 1968. This was actually sent on the 2nd of February, the very next day, from the Colonel and the team directly to Elvis and Priscilla.
Parker was Presley's only manager throughout his entire career and managed every aspect of life. Cruise GWS Auctions is holding the sale, dubbed the Lost Collection of Elvis, called Tom Parker and More, which includes over 400 lots, including props from classic films like The Wizard of Oz. Also featured are relics from the RMS Titanic and props from the film and Thelma and Louise. The auction will also include items from other Hollywood icons such as Joan Crawford, Bob Marley and Janet Jackson.
That's it for now. Thank you for watching PSM News. Have a good day ahead.
For over 30 years, we have been getting stronger and faster. We have been expanding our network across the globe, in the Middle East,